Welcome to week 8 of Old Testament Survey. We've now made our way to the books of 1st and 2nd Kings, and this is a continuation of where 2nd Samuel left off. 1st Kings begins with the death of David and the throne being handed over to Solomon, his son. There was a bit of turmoil at the beginning as Adonijah, another of David's sons, tried to take the throne. And of course, David established Solomon on the throne, and then Solomon reigned over the united monarchy for 40 years, just as his father had reigned for 40 years. And during the reign of Solomon, there was a reasonable time of peace and prosperity. And Solomon, of course, is known for his exceeding wisdom, as God had blessed him with wisdom above anyone who had ever lived prior to him. Just a tremendous man. And accomplished great things for the nation of Israel. And he comes to the end of his life, and then we see the divided monarchy. And when you take into consideration the extent of 1st and 2nd Kings, it covers over 400 years of Israelite history. It goes all the way to the end of the northern kingdom of Israel in 722 BC at the hands of the Assyrians, and then to the end of the southern kingdom of Judah in 586 BC at the hands of the Babylonians. And so there is a lot of history that is covered in these two books. There's a lot of turmoil that takes place between the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. There's a lot of antagonism between the kings of these two nations. There are times of relative peace between the two nations. But there's also time of spiritual turmoil as the people really turn their backs upon God. God raises up prophets to try to call them back. And of course, they refuse to listen to the message of the prophets. And two prominent prophets that we see in 2nd Kings are Elijah and Elisha. And other prophets, as we'll see when we get into Old Testament 102, prophets spoke to the people of Israel during this time and tried to call them back to repentance. And we'll see how they fit into the historical scheme as we get into the next quarter of study. But for this week, we will be focusing on 1st and 2nd Kings. And again, there's a lot of important information here. We see again the people who are striving to be like all the other nations with a king ruling over them, and how now it's going to turn disastrous for them, as when Solomon's reign comes to an end, the kingdom is divided between Jeroboam and Rehoboam, and then beyond that there's the divided kingdom, and things just quickly go downhill because the people turn their backs upon God and allow an integration of other religion, of the worship of other gods, and God ultimately judges the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom because of what they have done. So read these chapters carefully. There's, again, a lot of important terms that you'll come across in these two chapters, and I certainly encourage you to take note of those. Continue doing your work. You're doing so well with your assignments. I appreciate all the effort. Continue doing that, and I look forward to talking to you again by video next week. And again, as I say every week, if you have any questions, any concerns that I could be of assistance with, please let me know. Email me or send me a message on Moodle, or give me a telephone call. My telephone number is on the syllabus, and you can contact me by that method if you so choose. And so I'll look forward to seeing you again by way of video next week. God bless you in your studies.